I think what happens is that some books get put on there without somebody taking the time to look at the formatting carefully.
That's fair. A lot of that, though, falls on the publisher.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
If you go to Amazon, most of that time that formatting is going to be decent. Now you may
Amazon will do a lot of back end work on stuff to kind of clean it up.
Now you may find that there are issues with chapters that seem to be cut in half, or some weird word placements, but it's not enough to make it difficult to read. But I strongly encourage people who ask about my books, go to brickcave.media. It's you get a paperback there. It may take you a little while to get it shipped, but if you buy it from them and come find me, I'll sign the book for you.
and obviously the number one way that people get the books are through events. I mean,
that's
by far.
That is our forte. So,
and that way affords people immediate access.
Right.
So if you're obviously if you're a Tucson Festival Books fan or you're a Mesa Book Festival fan, you know where we are. You come and find us, every year. Thank you, by the way, for doing that, because that's fantastic. But if you attend other events and there's compelling reason for us to go, we've kind of spread out a little bit. We've tried some things. We tried LA for a few years. LA Times Festival of Books for a few years. We tried the Bay Area Book Festival for a few years. It's about cultivating that repeat visitor, that long-term reader, that makes it valuable. And honestly, it pays the bills, right? Because, these things, putting the books in the back of the van, driving there, getting a place to stay, packing it up, buying the tent space, all of that adds up quickly. So if you're interested in having Bruce come to an event, talk to those event organizers and tell them, look, I got this great author out of Arizona. He's with a small publisher. He would be a great guest at this event. Would you look into it? And really kind of encourage that among all of your favorite authors. Like advocate for them, because that's how you get them in your town.
Right.
Right? Because most organizers, they don't know what's outside their town. They don't know, and it's not like they're intentionally not paying attention to anything else. They're busy running their event, right? And most events of this nature, and I know this because I run one, don't have a person dedicated to seeking out talent. Usually it's a group of the organizers that get together and think, who do we want as a guest? They make a list, and then
maybe you should have a person.
And then,
talent.
maybe, but again, you got to pay that person, right? Talent scout basically is what you would need, and that. But most events don't do that. Most events just make a hit list based on what they know or what they've heard, right? And then they reach out to agents, or they reach out to representation, or they reach out to the author specifically based on that. So if you want, whether it's Bruce, whether it's Sharon, whether it's Joe, whether it's somebody, especially Joe, if you want Joe to get out of his house and come and see you, it might make a Herculean effort, but we can do it. You got to tell your organizers. You got to tell those festivals and those events that, hey, I've got somebody that would be of value to you to have at this event, right?
Right.
And that's the way you get the authors in front of people and building more relationships and getting more books in people's hands. Man, we went right off into the left field.
Speaking of which, I've got that thing coming up on the 15th of November.
What are you doing?
Red Mountain Library.
Yes.
The Red Mountain Mesa branch, Mesa Library, Red Mountain branch.
Okay.
Noon to 5 p.m., November 15th. I will be there as a local author with probably several other local authors in all genres. And I will need books to sell.
There are I'll pack you up here before we go. There are so many things. So literally what you don't see right now in this podcast is you don't see a pile of boxes immediately to Bruce's right that contain all kinds of Mesa Book Festival promotional materials and Halloween stuff. Because we are doing a Halloween event here at Book Maze, which is our home. Next week, it's a 2-night event, Friday and Saturday night. We have turning the bookstore into a haunted library. And you can come in, and it's a fundraiser for the Mesa Book Festival. And we'll have a trunk. I guess if you can call the back of a van a trunk. But we'll have a trunk for the kids to come, and they can come and get candy. There's a bunch of authors coming, actually. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll be here. I may be a little late on Friday because I'm on call. But...
So, I don't know if you guys know Mimi Francis. She's a romance author. We've known her for years. She's a fantastic person. She is theming her trunk in her steamy romance novels.
Oh, jeez.
It is... She was telling us about it.
So what time does this kick off?
This kicks off Friday night, October 31st at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And our own Lucy Hahn, so my right-hand person, is giving tours of the haunted library starting at 6 o'clock. So you'll be guided through the haunted library, and you can buy tickets for that on site. Saturday, the Mesa Library will have the Mesa Read Runner van will be here. So they will be here to entertain the kids. We'll also have Renegade Coffee will be here on Saturday night to have coffee for everybody. And there are prizes for the trick-or-treater or the trunk-or-treaters that you can vote on whose trunk is the best.
Good.
So,
yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, so
Great.
That's going to be a lot of fun. So that's going on. That's what's going on in our neck of the woods.
All right.
All right, so I am super excited for aluminum because this has been a good journey. It's been a good journey.
I feel very satisfied with the series. Having 2 series with Brick Cave, it's hard for me to say I don't usually do series because obviously I do. But the journey for this one has been a lot more focused than the Prophet Log books. Prophet Log books were, one-offs.
Right. You write it when you have the
I wrote it,
inspiration.
and then it was like, oh, well, how did they meet? Oh, right, well, I'll do glow gems. Well, what happens next? I did a couple short stories just to play around, and then I actually put profit motives aside for 3+ years because I felt like I was just telling the same story again. I needed to come up with a new hook.
And that came out really well, by the way.
Space pirates.
That came out really well. I'm just going to tell you, it was a very successful wait. If you waited, it's good. You get it.
Yeah. In the end, I had fun. As a matter of fact, my current work in progress is the next one in the logbook.
All right.
And it's even more twisted than the last one.
I want you to tease the other manuscript that you're working on because I am super duper, I am digging on that concept.
Which one?
The if you are a clone.
Oh well, Sharon's got that. You can get it from her and read it.
Well, yes, but they can't yet.
So imagine that we have the ability to create a biomechanical android, if you will, and download into it a particular set of skills or talents. Download into it an entire personality. You can copy yourself into this biomechanical body. For a variety of reasons, that's actually illegal. And so what you're left with is specialty beings who are equipped to do one job and then either self-destruct or are destroyed when they've completed that job. The advantage here is you can take a nuclear engineer, put him into one of these things, and literally send him into the reactor to fix it, because he doesn't have to survive. The engineer, who was the copy, is, sitting in the control room.
The original. Right.
Yeah. And oftentimes these replicas have a very limited scope of abilities and personality. Well, imagine if you had an assassin and you downloaded him with a particular target, and he's built to self-destruct once he accomplishes his mission. So he If he kills the target, it triggers
A sequence.
a sequence.